stream on what I'm looking at when I'm playing instead of the actual direct signal from the PlayStation, there'd be a little bit of a delay. So like I would move the controller and there'd be a few seconds and I'd see the movement. So like that's obviously going to make playing, especially fast-paced games like Call of Duty, that make that near impossible. Or there could be an audio latency where like you see the mouth moving and then a few seconds later the audio shows up, or the audio could be early. But yeah, at the time everything had pretty crappy latency. Anyways, I don't want to go on and on about an old USB adapter for guitars I don't even know what happened to it. So the plan was I'm going to take a quick shower. The reason why I'm doing a non-lazy stream is because I want to make fun. Hopefully you can hear me with the microphone down there. As far as audio quality, I will apologize for the stream because I'm going to be a little bit lazy on that regard. I'm going to use my surround sound because I'm playing Death Stranding, and the surround sound for that, very important, especially when I went through that little part without BB. It's really warm in here. I don't think it's from the lights. I think it's just from me moving around and setting everything up. Anyways, so yeah, the surround sound is very important in Death Stranding because I can actually hear where things are around me, especially when I didn't have people. It was very important. Now, more professional streamers, so that they get a good microphone audio feed of their voice and have like the same quality of audio that would be going out to the speakers of the game, also coming through the video. For that, you're going to need some really good computer noise cancellation. Right? I think it's possible where the computer knows the audio stream, like knows the microphone's going to be picking up some of the same audio that's going out through the speakers and also being put into the stream, and I can filter that out. I should actually look into that because I'm not a huge fan of wearing headphones, especially I like my surround sound. I have had where's my phone? I have had some cool experiences with the virtual surround sound where like you have headphones that's done through software. Here's my phone. You're gonna get your soft food soon, huh? I'm gonna go have a quick shower. I'll get Jasper his soft food before I go do that. And I also gotta figure out my schedule. Hold on a sec. I think I got my new schedule. Let's figure out when I'm gonna go with my parents to do laundry. Oh yeah, I have it. No, I don't have my new. No, I do have my new. So if I don't go and do laundry now, I'm gonna have. When did I do? Yeah, so I've worked already 2 days with my uniform, and I can't really wash my pants by hand because they would dry all wrinkly and stuff. But I do wash my. I don't have any laundry facilities here. Like the closest one is 20-minute bus ride, like 45-minute walk. I don't want to walk 45 minutes. I don't have a car, so what I do is I keep my like pants as clean as I possibly can. They don't really get stinky. Like I always change my underwear. My shirt, I get too warm to wear an undershirt, so after a couple days wearing my shirt to work, I will hand wash it in my tub and air dry, and it actually dries out really nice. Like I wring it out, I get all the water out of it, and it doesn't dry out. So I probably should, because that'd be like 6 Putting that all. So my dad was just wondering when I wanted to do laundry, so I just said tomorrow. Jesse the time. Get that out of the way. Oh, I can reschedule it at last moment, but I keep forgetting I have a dentist appointment on the 27th at 2 p.m., and that's normally when my shift starts. When I made that appointment, I was stupid when I made that appointment because it was after I started working at my job. So I think I thought I'd just book the day off, but I didn't book it off. So and then again, if I like put it off like through my dentist appointment 3 more months, I could probably get it covered through my benefits, which would start by then. But I don't think I'll wait that long. I like to take good care of my teeth. I eat a lot of junk food, so I'm very careful about it. Like I always. Wow. Okay. You don't know for a fact that it's true, comma, because you don't even know what city I'm in, comma. So how do you know how the owners of the franchises in my city operate? Question mark. You don't. Period. So, anyways, there's this thread about my job, like where I work, is a big nationwide thread. I don't know if it's name drop it. I don't want like crazy stalkers. Anyways, it's not like I keep it 100% secret where I work. But anyways, people were like trash talking it. And so what if like a company has to get sued to all of a sudden start obeying labor laws? Like, does it matter? Like, if they're up, if they're doing, if they're following the law, eventually, yeah, like they weren't the greatest. They weren't doing it on their own accord. They were forced into doing it, but that doesn't really make sense because like I was sort of sticking up for them in my city because I've worked lots of jobs in my city, lots of places where the Employment Standards Act isn't followed. Typically, the most recent one was like getting 8 hours in between shifts, and when I was at Dollarama, I think I got 7 hours and 15 minutes between shifts. And to make it even better, it wasn't like a late night shift and then I had to like work the next morning when they opened. It was an early close on a Sunday and then a 2 a.m. start because like our store was weird. They didn't do midnights that started when the store closed at 9 normal nights. They like do it later on at 2. And it was a huge store. There was just as much to be done overnights, if not more, compared to the other stores. But for some reason, the geniuses in charge thought it could be done with less people. Ask me how. But anyways, like I got scheduled with less than 8 hours between shifts rest, which is illegal. I complained about it, and it wasn't the first time where it came like it was the second time. So like I'm like I've already mentioned something to the manager, the pair of managers, and it's still happening. So instead of maybe going straight to the labor board, I thought like, oh, I'll, keep it in the company, try and actually resolve the problem, go to the district manager, sit down with her, and she was training some guy at the time. This was around the time that they offered a promotion to one of the managers I was working with at a different store, and after she accepted the promotion, they're like, oh yeah, we changed our minds, sort of. Really fucking like that's not how you run a company. But anyways, I had to sit down with the district manager who took it very seriously, and at the end of the meeting, she said, if there's any retaliation against you for getting your direct superior in trouble, you call me right away. So she took it very seriously. And then there was a few things where I thought it was just the quirks that superior, the one who was doing the scheduling was the assistant manager. I thought it was just her being a bad manager, but like it kept going, and I noticed it was most like I was being treated differently than the other employees. It wasn't fair. So I go and call the district manager, and she's like, "I don't remember telling you to call me. Like you didn't get her in trouble." I was like, "I didn't get her in trouble. She's breaking the law. How did I not get her in? I don't understand it." But like, Tim Hortons is great. Like I okay, there it goes. That's where I work. Try not to say it. That's where I work. Big chain. People crap on it. I can see why people crap on it, but like they're just trying to survive in a changing economy. They might not be doing the smartest things all the time, but they're sticking around. I see our sales. Our sales are doing great. But when I first started here, I wasn't sure. I thought like maybe there'd be like the same problems with all the other things. Like we have a night shift where okay, so we have an unpaid break. By law, the unpaid break, you're allowed to leave the store where you work if it's unpaid, or if they don't let you leave, it has to be paid. And I know that the night shift there's only two, the overnight, the midnight shift there's only two people there, and they want two people in the store at all times, so you're not allowed to leave on your break. I was just like scratching my head. I was like, well, if they're running the business like every other business I've worked at, they're probably not paying them for their breaks and just hoping that nobody knows that they have to be allowed to leave or they have to get paid. I just assumed that they were running it like all the other businesses, but I found out no. You get paid for your break. You actually get you don't have to pay for it like if you get like a bagel or something. You don't have to pay for that because chances are they just know that they're not going to sell all the bagels. So like obviously within reason, like if if they look at the sales and they're like, "Hey, we're not selling any food," and they look at the cameras and they see like the Midnights are helping themselves to like six bagels, they'd be like, okay, there's a problem here. But they get free food that like other businesses would be like, oh no, we can't let you eat the wasted stuff that's gonna buy for free because we're afraid that you're gonna make too much on it. But like they don't have to worry about that, and they're smart and they know that. But because the only way they'd have to worry about too much being made is if the Midnights are in cahoots with the bakers during the day, and extremely unlikely. But I've I'd be hard pressed to make a list of places that follow the Employment Standard Act in Ontario. And this comment I got like, I know firsthand that this isn't true. And when it is true, it's because of this. Or what? That's how you argue with people? You start off with a firm stance. I know this isn't true. It's impossible. There's no way that it's true. And when it is true, it's because of this. Oh God. Why do I try and have intelligent debate with people on the internet? I do not know. I'm sorry, I have to squeeze through my setup here because Jasper took a poop and it's stinky. And he's a bad kitty and he doesn't bury his poops. Oh my god, he likes to. I think it's because he's getting old. I think he's peeing more. Or I think it might just be because he's changed his drinking habits. He used to always drink out of his water dish, and think last winter or a couple winters ago, I had to leave the bathtub water running because the pipes froze and burst because it got too cold because the crawl space where all the piping is uninsulated and it's garbage. It's garbage building. Um, but ever since I was told to leave it just dripping a bit so that there's a continuous flow and it doesn't freeze up, he took to drinking that water. And like I'd fill up his water dish and he wouldn't drink it and it just sit there for a while and like cat hairs would fall. I don't even fill it anymore. He drinks all his water from the bathtub, and I try hard to make sure that there's no like soap on the walls or on the curtain, and all gets rinsed down when I have showers. But I don't know if it's because he's getting older, because apparently I read that older cats like to drink more. I don't know if it's because of his water habits have changed. God damn, does he piss a lot? Goes home through so much kitty litter, Jasper. He's just sitting on another couch, all cozy looking. Proud of himself for leaving a stinky turd. Like, do you not smell that, Jasper? Like, when my shit stinks, I smell it. So I'm wondering either maybe he doesn't have a great sense of smell or he just doesn't give a fuck. Like, that's normally the attitude of cats. They just don't give a shit. They're smart. They know that we're calling their name and stuff, but they don't care. So, anyways, this is going to be a fun stream. Let's get the show on the road. The road. Lots of birthdays this month. It was my supervisor role model's birthday. It's funny because like I'm older than a lot of the people I work with. Some of my superiors. One showing me the ropes. We're both January babies. Went to Rax for her birthday, and I thought, oh, have like a glass or two of wine before before I go. And I was downtown shopping in a rush when I got this, and I wasn't thinking because normally when I drink before going out, it might be with people, or it might be like at nights where like you stay at till like 2 for last call and you get really drunk. This was a lot more civilized. I had a great time, but I should have bought a smaller bottle. I like to get the bigger bottles because it's normally like twice the volume of the smaller bottles. And it's less than twice the price. So I have to drink this before it goes bad. There's a little bit of controversy about how long wine lasts. I've drank it when it's like weeks or maybe up to a month old. I've read that after 3 to 5 days it goes bad. Putting it in the fridge makes it last a little bit longer, but at the same time, you don't want it to be like free. Like you're not supposed to chill red wine, so you just want to pull it out of the fridge before you drink it, which is what I did today. It's actually room temperature. Um, and the thing is, apparently, the taste goes bad. I don't think the alcohol content disappears. People say it tastes like vinegar. Um, it doesn't actually taste the greatest to me in the first place, so I don't really. Like I said, I've had stuff that's probably up to a month old. I didn't really notice much of a difference. I drink it to get drunk. Um, People find me weird. Like I don't know, like people like to drink like beer with certain foods. I don't. Like if I'm gonna be drinking later and I'm eating, I might want like a Pepsi or something, and chocolate milk, something that tastes. I like things that taste good. And alcohol, for the most part, the alcoholic drinks that I consider tasting good have very low alcohol content. They're like super sugary, and they're really well made recipes that cover up the taste of alcohol. But, I'm a huge fan of those. I'll just drink beer or wine or hard liquor sometimes. Yeah, but just the rot to get. And me, my problem is a lot of the time I feel um I get a little bit. I wouldn't say like I might feel gross, but not exactly nauseous. I'm not like oh, I just don't feel the greatest, and I feel that effect more than I feel like I'm drunk. Good. I was gonna go do laundry at 5 tomorrow because I normally go for 5. Have dinner with them, but apparently my nephew and sister, but not my brother-in-law, are going to be over. Let's all hang out together. Um, yeah. Hope everyone had a good 2019, despite the world seeming like it's going crazy, like Trump being president. Can't remember. Okay, let's actually. I don't like having this thing. That's not making my green screen better, is it? It's hard to tell because the light switch is so far away. I can't really get a good view. God, maybe if I turn my monitor a bit. Oh, and one thing I like about my new setup. Sorry, like I used to have a screen that like said "Please stand by." I used to have an overlay that didn't have like the edge like up here. It was just at the bottom pretty much, and I used that for like when I wasn't having a camera because this sort of wraps around the camera. It actually looks like the contrast might be better with that light off, and it makes my apartment feel more cozy. But then there's a little bit of white dots above my head, and I think that's because the green screen isn't as bright. Oh, okay. So with the light on, there's less white dots above my head, but I don't know if you noticed there's a bit more fainter ones near the top, and then uh, I can go with it on, even though it's less cozy. So, um, real quick, I'm gonna go have a shower. We'll get this show on the road. It should be a little bit of a fun stream because I'm going to be playing Death Stranding, which let's just say it's not really the easiest game. I'm playing it on normal, and goddamn, there are some hard parts. And I like to deliver all my cargo at 100% condition, so I like to reload my saves a lot. Um, yeah, it was gonna be fun playing while I was drunk, and I was playing a bit before going to rack. Sorry if I look scary with like a knife, but I don't know if you can even see the knife with the green screen. I'm just cutting open a milk bag so I can rinse it and recycle it. But so, anyways, I was playing before going out drinking while drinking, and I thought it was funny because I was drinking, I could already feel it a little bit, and I managed to get through a part of the game that I was having troubles with not drunk. So normally I am horrible when I play video games when I'm drunk. Like, I think the first time I played video games drunk was like in high school. I was hanging out with some friends. I think we were playing, I don't know if it was the first Halo, one of the Halo games. We were playing multiplayer, and I was wasted. Like my tolerance back then. And anyways, like I was having a great time, but I was doing horrible. I was just running around dying. I was just cannon fodder, and I was just like, but like Had some like funny, you know what Halo's like. You have some funny deaths where like with like grenades or whatever and explosions or like people go flying. Some, it was fun. But anyways, I don't normally drink because I like to do well in video games, and it normally makes me do poorly. But either it was just a fluke with that one mission I was having trouble with, or who knows? Maybe my playstyle has changed. Maybe I'm actually better when I'm drunk. Maybe it's just the game. Can you tell I overthink things? I need to get this show on. Actually, you know what? I think I will just end the stream because I don't have that like please stand by. I don't think I have any viewers right now. The chat is empty. Okay, so I shall return